Welcome, everybody. This is Albert Campo with the CantinaMX podcast. In between, I guess, the old cup legs, kind of talk about some latest news with Joel from Los Angeles, actually Irvine. How's it going, Joel?
It's going good, Chiquis. Lots of saucy news today that's been spilling over from the previous days, mainly with the Chiva talk.
Oh yeah, a lot of Chivas drama news that we're going to cover. I guess first on the agenda. Let me bring this thing up. A little bit of policiaco talk.
Oh man, you got the sirenas. You got the sirenas, Chiquis.
no, that's John has the quick trigger finger on that stuff. Oh, so I would be a minute delay on pulling that up. But yeah, Joel Malek had some issues. I was reading it. Apparently, okay, so he ran into a couple that was just married.
Oh, he crashed into the car.
Yeah, they were going like normally. They were going slow.
Yeah.
And he was going like 70.
I heard
70
100
kilometers per hour. Well, kilometers.
Yeah,
70,
I don't know.
They were going 35 kilometers per hour. He was going 70. He was tested for.
I only know in miles, Pickies. He didn't teach me that in school, man.
It's 100. It's probably 100 miles per hour.
It is.
Yeah, or near there.
Yeah, he was drunk.
Yeah, he was drunk, and he's going to like so. I originally saw that it was 6 months. He's going to be jailed. But reading into it more, it's 6 months he's going to be jailed because they don't want him to flee the area while he gets tried for homicide.
Oh man!
So it's not just going to be 6 months and he's gone, because a lot of people are going, wow, in Mexico's the corruption's only 6 months and he's going to be free. That's his punishment. No, it's 6 months so he won't leave the country. His defense lawyer is saying, well, he doesn't even have his passport expired, so he can't leave the country. So we don't know if that 6 months is going to actually stay there, but he's going to be tried, I guess, and it probably will be more, and then that'll augment the lineup for the Encarcelados FC, right?
yes, there are quite a few former football players that are in jail. Gato Ortiz, who was jailed for extortion. He's a former Rayados de Monterrey keeper. And he was involved in some kidnapping. And then they have, I think, Cabrito Arellano, who I think is rape. He was, and then he fled. He avoided the coppers for a couple months. And there's one more guy. I can't remember. But yeah, they're building quite the team up there. Got some ringers. We touched on the subject briefly with Yon, and he pretty much says that Malek's career is over. It would be pretty difficult to bounce back from that, or if any team is going to even want to touch him, So, ouch. I guess we will be having more info when they do the trial. Do you have any idea when that would be?
I don't think it mentions that in this article from. Actually, Tom Marshall wrote it. Yeah, I don't think there's any dates.
It's not said yet. Yeah.
So that's some bad news for this guy. I was going to mention some other stuff around it, but no, it's not needed from our.
One youth that did have some good luck is Carlos Fierro. He was recently signed by San Jose Earthquakes. I mean, this is a guy that pretty much every season people say his career is over. It's because he's been playing since he was 17. He was an upstart. He was, there was a lot of high hopes, and he hasn't been able to fulfill them. But he's still very young. He's about 24 years old.
Yeah, he's plugging along. I mean, he's not blowing up. That's the only thing. He's still playing. He's still getting minutes at on his teams. He's been playing okay. He's just not like scoring tons of goals and making a huge impact. But I think he's a solid player. So I think it's a pretty good sign up for San Jose, who's
Yeah, he's gonna.
they've been doing surprisingly well with
Yes, he's gonna
Almeida.
be. Yeah, he will be reunited with Almeida and Benjamin Galindo. So I mean, that's what you need a lot of times. You just need the coaching to trust you or have faith in you. Because he was being bounced around from team to team, and it was sort of like coach didn't really ask for him. Someone just threw him in there.
Yeah, he's had 22 appearances in with Morelia. Hasn't had any goals, but he's been consistent in playing time. It seems like. I actually think like a lot of hype has been around Uriel Antuna recently. I really don't think there's much of a quality difference between Carlos and him. Antuna's just got a highlight in the Gold Cup with a bunch of tap-in goals and some okay goals against some weaker defenses, but that might be a controversial thing to say because Antuna is, he's been called up. He's playing in the Galaxy, right? So
Yeah, but it's good that you bring him up because then that would be two players, and these are two players that would most likely not even be on the radar if they weren't getting playing time, and and while they might not be like top talent, like world class, you you still want as many good players out there as possible. And
yeah, yeah, it's sort of interesting to see how Antuna even got the
well,
call
because
up.
just injuries and players that didn't want to show up, but I mean he's playing, which is at the end of the day what's more the most important thing.
Yeah, I guess his connections to in 2017 Manchester City, and then he was on loan to Groningen, and then he's actually on loan to LA Galaxy, per what I'm reading. So he's
Yes,
still owned by Manchester City.
yeah.
That European connection might have opened Tata's eyes to this guy, and of course, I think he's been doing pretty
No,
good
no,
with the
but
Galaxy.
that he was in MLS last year, so he's not gonna look down on the league.
Oh yeah,
So I mean, maybe later on we could be seeing Fierro. You know,
yeah,
I wouldn't discount it. I mean, you've had like players like Jurgen Damm and other players that are pretty trash find their way, and we've done the numbers. It's not that difficult. In the 4-year cycle, about 80 players are going to get called. There's only about 150 players in first division, and not all of them are getting playing time. So if you're a starter, you get consistent playing time, and you're at a decent level. There's high chances you're gonna get a call up. I mean, even Kubo got a call up when he was doing good at Houston. So I say I wouldn't discount Fierro.
yeah. He just has to perform. He's gonna get the playing time, and he'll just have to score goals. I don't know. If Jaime was here, he might answer. I don't know what type of competition he's going to have, in as far as position wise, with the players that are already in San Jose. But they're announcing his signing as, so it seems like it's something big. So he's going to get the playing time to prove himself.
Well, Mati did say that he liked that Fierro could play in different positions, so we might see him move him around, slot him in wherever he feels he's needed. Which I hope it doesn't hurt him. I prefer when they find a spot where you excel at and they leave you there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's because he can be like a up top type of forward, and I can even see him play sort of like a Pizarro a little bit, back bringing up the distributing to the offense and everything like that. So yeah, Fierro going to MLS. Before we get to the big Chivas one, I think we were discussing what another future MLS transfer might be in
Yes.
in the great Chicharito, who if you haven't seen, I was just watching his. He's got a couple of episodes on this blog that he's making with his friends and his. Is it his girlfriend? It's his girlfriend, right? They're not married.
Yeah, they are married. They got
Oh,
married
they are
in San
married.
Diego. Yeah.
Okay, so his wife. They're making the blog. They've made a couple
What
episodes
are
in the
they?
blog post.
Vlogs?
Huh?
Are those like vlogs
Yeah,
that they're
vlogs. They're on YouTube. It's called Naked Humans. So if you go to YouTube and look that up,
How
you can
long are these?
subscribe.
How long are these videos?
It's sort of long, so that was like I saw some
Man,
sort of some criticism online for him. Um, I don't know if you've ever seen like Chicharito and that bald-headed dude, his friend. They get
no.
on some Instagram lives. They've been on those quite a bit, like philosophizing and talking all kinds of
I,
stuff.
s- I saw the one picture he posted where he's rocking the dad bod. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
he just had a kid, so it's acceptable. But now there's talk that he won't be staying in England. So it's looking could be his next
Well,
stop could be in the U.S.
on that's sort of well on his well the part that I saw on his blog post or his blog was that he showed the dad bod and he said he was going to do physio and then he was going to start getting back into training and he said I forget what the time frame he said. I think it said in a week or in a few weeks it was his body was going to be a complete transformation. So I assume he was talking about getting back into match fit shape. So he's ramping up. He's getting ready. I don't know if that's an indication of okay, European season's going to start back up, or if he's really going to make that jump to MLS.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard any rumors of any teams in Europe, requesting the services, and he does command a really high wages. That's why I think his best bet would be in the U.S.
Yeah, so I know you've been touting the LAFC move. John has predicted Austin FC. A lot of and I was sort of surprised to hear that, but I've heard more people since then, more recently, talk about Austin FC. That's mostly Austin guys, though.
Yeah,
um,
well, I mean, originally LAFC, they were they Chicharo was a player that they wanted. He was their first choice. They even hosted a Molero, and they had a big banner.
oh yeah,
So I know a lot of times what they do is that they'll keep in contact with the player and just reminding them. And they, the last news I heard from LA team was that they got rid of one of their designated player spots, so they have an opening. But I mean, I think like if you're Chicharo, you have to choose. and the LA team's doing so well, and Vela's already there, and that's like one of the biggest markets. It just seems like a no-brainer. I imagine Austin would have to offer him that much more money than LAFC to woo him there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see the attraction really to Austin, other than what you said, like the money.
Also, because do they even have a team yet? Like, do they even have players?
No, they're not set to start, I think, until 20. Shoot, I don't even know.
Yeah, see, and with LAFC, you already, at least you're coming to a team that right now they're favorites to win the MLS Cup. So, I mean, at least he's going to be in a team where he knows that not only does he have a teammate who he grew up with, but he knows that he's on one of the stronger teams.
So what's his status at West Ham then?
I haven't heard much. Just that doesn't seem like they're gonna resign him. I know that they don't want to keep paying him the wages he's earning, so there might be negotiating or renegotiating his contract. But we should have checked when his contract expires. Um,
Yeah, I'm looking that up. Um, Signed a 3-year contract in 2017. So he's got some time still.
Wait, 2-year contract?
3-year contract in 2017.
Okay.
So he's got a one more season to go. Yeah, like I've said in previous podcasts, and this might be something that would never happen. I would like to see him go back to Chivas. I would like to see him still, try Europe as long as he can, and then eventually go back to Chivas. But
Well, I mean, I've been seeing some West Ham West Ham sites, and they're
mhm.
expecting him to leave.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they're saying that he's you know, and so this is from 2 days ago. Chicharo said it would be easier to go. So the title says Chicharo says he's ready to leave West Ham.
okay.
So I mean, if he can't get a good deal, because of his contract, he would just stay. And the thing is that he's not a starter. He's half of his appearances with the team have been off the bench. So yeah, he stated that he's searching for a new club. So yep, I could see him making the move. But I guess we'll find out in the upcoming weeks.
And with this YouTube thing, I think maybe he's going to try to be a YouTube star. It's like
Well, if it doesn't work out, yeah,
just make vlogs all day long with that
he could be
his
like
bald-headed friend.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, Cheech News. Cheech News.
Pewdie Cheech. He already
Cheech.
he already painted his hair hot pink. Um, yeah, man, that guy makes a lot of money. Just playing video games. Could you see? Could you imagine Chicharo and he makes more money playing EA FIFA on a stream channel than
Yeah,
actually playing? That would
he's
just
got
be weird, man. And I bet he
he's got
could, like, if he would be like, if he would challenge like fans, like Mexico fans or any other fans, and he would like open challenge. I bet people would watch that. He would have to have some good shit talking.
Okay, so Chicharito has 30,000 subscribers. PewDiePie has 96 million. So he's got a he's
He's
got a quite he's got a bit to go. He's got
he
a bit
just
catching up.
opened it 2 days ago, man.
Yeah, I believe he can do it. I believe he can catch up.
catch up. He can probably get to 1 million. You don't even need 1 million to start making money. You need about
He
like
can make money now with 30,000. Huh?
yeah, but I think like Chicharo he could get about 500,000 if he
Oh man,
was to market it and because I haven't heard about his vlog. Like I haven't seen any marketing. So I mean, if they did any promotion for it, I bet he would have more people watching.
yeah.
But I would say go play video games and then just talk shit, and people will like that. You,
Not all the time.
you,
Video games.
he
Video
could
games
be
is.
playing with a 12-year-old and he makes him cry,
Oh
and
yeah.
that video will go viral, dude.
I don't know if video games is the way to, is the route though. I think he's more of like philosophizing or doing like goofy little things, based on his first two episodes of the vlogs.
Oh man.
That's what I'm looking at. So it's more like this is our life. And actually, on the one that I saw, the part that I saw in they sort of did like a candid, like they started recording their normal day, and his wife was like not even she didn't even take a shower. It's like she just woke up and stuff, and she was like
Oh,
fighting with Chicharito's like I don't want this to be on, and because she rewatched it before they published it, and she said I don't
oh,
like this. It makes me look bad, and people are going to criticize me and all this stuff. And they were like, they're trying to help her understand that it's just it even if they
cosas
do, it's
chingonas.
you're just being yourself. Yeah, you're just being yourself. This is natural.
She's,
This is like
she's
your
like,
real self.
yeah,
It's not you're not trying to act a certain way,
you should tell
portray
you have to
yourself.
imagine cosas chingonas.
Yeah. Translate that to
Uh,
our English, Australian English.
yeah, like yeah. So that's our chicha talk. Moving on with from former Chiva to now Chivas. Amaury Vergara, he's been named the head honcho by his dad, who decided to leave the club. There's been a lot of rumors of him being sick, practically put him in his deathbed. But who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. He's he has like said that's not true, but he hasn't really made any like interviews. He used to always be on TV, so he hasn't done any interviews. Um, but I guess he handed over the reins to his son, and then his son's first order of business was to sack Jose Luis Higuera. Um, so Higuera's gone. He was the public enemy number one for Chiva fans, but I think it wasn't all his fault. He was just he's part of all of this madre that happens there. But they had a good segment on, and they beat me to it because I was gonna bring this up. But they had a good segment on Fútbol Picante, and they were talking about how the branding for Chivas has been hurting. So the Chivas as a product, because the team, they sell, they get sponsors and whatnot, and yeah, their numbers haven't been that good. Even I had pointed out, well, in my Chiva blog, in my Chi Hermano blog, uh, I had put a picture of because Chivas were selling their season tickets, and they were almost slashed in half. You know, so I mean that's what
Yeah.
happens when the team doesn't qualify to Liguilla for four tournaments in a row. That's 2 straight years where the team has underperformed. So a lot of people aren't paying, and when they sell tickets, they have to sell them really cheap, which is kind of ironic because fans want the team to have top players. Well, you have to pay, you know, the ticket's gonna cost more if you want that top player. You can't pay the $5 and they want him to hold on to a club with Pizarro and all these other national team caliber players. Um, but so the branding has been hurting, and one thing that has obviously was hurting it was Higuera, and I think that was one of the main reasons why they got rid of him, because he was just hurting the image of the club. You know, all the turmoil, all this chismes, all this negativity was attached to him. So I mean, and there was probably pressure from even like sponsors and whatnot to just get rid of this guy. You know, it's like, hey man, it's hurting ratings, it's hurting everything. Get him out of here, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so Higuera's gone, and Amari said they're looking for a GM. Exactly, and he said that, but that they're in no hurry. So um, it's hard to tell who it's going to be. It's pretty difficult, just because Amari is not really a football guy. If you He has a page on IMBD, the Internet, what is it, movie database, where
Yeah.
he participated, produced, whatnot, different movies, including one with Guillermo del Toro, which was Pan's Labyrinth, and he was the producer for the Chihuahua movie, and two other ones that are, I guess they were just came out in Mex. Um, so that's what he was. Maudi, he was a movie buff. He was trying to be in the movie game, but now he's with football, and he's gonna have to learn it, and that's what could affect the team. You know, having someone that doesn't know much about soccer. If the wrong person gets to his ear, they would just influence him to do all these boneheaded mistakes, which was, I would say that was Jorge Vergara's big downfall. Where he came in not knowing about football, and whatever people he had close to him, he would, make rash decisions. He would he would bring in Grupo Croit, and then not even a year, just cancel the project, and the team would end up spending so much money just on paying off contracts. Because if they signed Cruyff for like what, 3 years, 4 years, and he sacked him, he still owed him you know, 3 more years on contract, and that's just like, for example, with Chepo, he fired him. He didn't like him, like, which was weird. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Must have been something that happened in the, extra cancha. But he had him signed like on a 3-year deal, and he still had the majority of his contract up. When he decided to sack him, he had to pay him about over $3 million. I mean, that's just insane. So and even with Matias, they didn't have to go that far back. Even Matias, they had to pay Matias money because they sacked him with, well, I think it was 2 years left in his contract. So, oh man, it's just because Higuera's gone doesn't mean the team is any better off. Uh, at this point, I would say just sell the team. Sell the team, or his best bet would be to surround himself with some people that know about football and they have the best interest of the club in mind.
Yeah, I just need a football genius to handle the stuff.
No,
Like,
you don't need a genius, man. You just need
or
you
somebody
just
at
need
least
the
that,
right
that
people, man.
yeah,
People that care
like,
about the club, because Higuera didn't care about the club.
well, they didn't even have
He
anyone that knew football. They didn't even have anyone that was
no.
a
Well, they
knowledgeable
sacked.
on. It was just Higuera. What was Higuera? Like some,
He's an investment banker.
yeah, just a banker, and then you have just the owner, and that's it. Like the owner, Pedrada was in the in the spotlight the whole time. There was
Yeah,
no Pelaez or somebody actually knowledgeable about the game that was
yeah. That's what
in
they need.
charge.
Someone. They would need someone like that. But so who knows, man? Who knows what will happen? Let's see. Let's see what Mauri has. I know he already has won a lot of the fan base over just by kicking Higuera to the curve. But I must agree with Higuera, even though he did block me on Twitter. And thank you, Chiquis. You've been campaigning for him to unblock me.
Yeah.
Because he blocked me, I would attack him early on because I knew he was an Americanista. So I'll tell him, I'll remind him of Mother's Day and whatnot. But he was with the team for years, man, and the team did achieve some stuff where he played a role, like him or not, in those 5 cups that were won. He did bring some of the players over. He did make the moves happen, even if he paid out of his ass, but he brought him in. But I have to agree with what he said in his interview on Picante, which was about a day before he got sacked, where he said he compared himself to the junkyard dog. He said, they let me loose at night to take care of the place, to do the dirty work. But when they're gonna have a party, then they lock me up, they tie me up, and they hide me. And he seemed butthurt when he said how like, hey, you guys never saw me celebrating with the team, lifting the cup.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, I didn't pay attention to that, but it seems like he wanted that. They would have made a good snap or some pretty fire Instagram pics.
Vergara did that. Vergara, he looked
Oh
like a
yeah,
fool out there, as if he was like scoring goals and stuff, lifting up the
uh,
cup and getting. I think he even
yeah,
stood in line to get a medal. He got a medal.
but
Like
participation. Hey, but Kikis, if you're the owner, dude, come on, you
yeah, but
deserve
what
some.
if you only got them for
You're
the
paying
players
these
and you like
bums.
run out? If they only had them
No,
for
well,
the
not in
players,
front of them, not in front of them, but
no, but he would take
you
he
know,
would take one from the player and say, hey, "Give me one." Get,
hey,
get that guy was on the bench. He didn't do anything.
he took he, hey, the medals were counted. He took it. He took. Someone didn't get one. So the guy was like, "Who didn't get any PT?" Kick him in the ass. Get out of here, dude. Go,
don't even,
go to the
don't even
showers. Go to
don't
the
even get
shower.
in line. Yeah, get to the shower. Messed
I'll
up.
send you a replica, dude.
I wouldn't doubt you do that stuff, man.
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be pretty interesting what's gonna be happening. The Chiva novela, dude. Just cause they are they are in a lot of pressure right now. Uh, you know, fifth missing Liguilla for a fifth. They now they're going into Cruz Azul territory, man. The whole Cruz Azulear is gonna turn into like a meme and
Yeah.
and uh, and in many cases it already is. Some of the stuff in social media making fun of Chivas is pretty funny, man. Even as a Chivista, I have to admit some of that stuff is lolorific.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, and well, the irony is that Chivas doesn't really have any like players right now that is like a canterano, like someone that represents the club. They kind of sent him away. They sent away Fierro, which was the great hope. Uh, and then they sent away Macias, who's in León. And the one guy that they have right now is the former Americanista, Oribe. And so that's that's quite interesting. But I think he's gonna do good, man. I know you don't. I know you don't think one player can make much of a difference, Chiquis, but I believe that Hermoso will, his leadership, I think it's gonna push the club forward. I'm not saying they're gonna win, but he'll have them fighting for that coveted eighth place.
Yeah, I want to agree though. I'll agree with that. I like Uribe, even at his age. I think just his attitude, his hustle, and then his ability to score, is going to be a great improvement. So I'm excited to
Yeah,
see what he can do.
and and that's why he left America because they told him like, look, you're gonna be bench, because I think even Martin wanted to leave. Martin is pretty much like in his and that's the guy I had asked for, for Chivas back when he was at Cholos. But and so I think he wanted to leave because he wasn't getting playing time, and he was like, man, just transfer me. But I think they told him, you know what, chill. We had to give Hermoso his just due, but it's his time has come. So I think they had told him like, look, dude, you're gonna be reserved, and I think he was like, well, just let me go then.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think and as you know, we've seen other Americanistas do that. Pelaez, he went from he ended up at Chivas, as did Hermosillo and Luis Garcia. That's three. That's three heavy duty Americanistas. Even though Hermosillo is mostly known for Cruz Azul, he's still he was still at Coapa, man. He was, and if I'm not mistaken, and Ron's not here to confirm, he was part of one of the rumbles when the teams fought, turned into an MMA match.
Oh yeah.
I think he was involved in that fight. Um, so yeah, that's what we have, man.
Yes. So I guess finalizing up the podcast real quick.
Oh, I know what, Chiquis. Just because it was so unexpected, Gold Cup news, Mexico will be playing Costa Rica. And Haiti was going to be like the most obvious opponent.
Yeah.
But Haiti ended up beating Costa Rica and taking the group. So now it's Matosa's team, right? Now Matosas, yeah, he's going to have to, as saying, bailar con la más fea, which is, it's pretty good because we talked about how Mexico needed that wake up call and a good kick in the ass because some of these games had been like, easy or
Yeah.
not that difficult for El Tri. And I think that Costa Rica is going to be a team that they can't, I'm at a loss for words here, Chiquis.
Can't mess around with.
Yeah, not, cannot
They
take
can't
seriously. Can undermine. That's what I was gonna say. Can
underestimate.
underestimate it. Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the team. So I think it's good for Mex. Um, so let's see what happens. I know Costa Rica. They love facing Mexico, man. That's like that's the team. The One of the teams like the U.S. that most often than not they get, you know, they start going Super Saiyan when they gonna face Mex. They start powering up. Um, so that should be a really good game. And I don't think any of us is going to be covering it. Although I'm making plans on going to the semifinals if Mexico does make it there.
No, I'll be there. I'll be there in
Oh,
Houston.
you're going to be for the Costa Rica match?
Yep.
Is John going to go or is he working?
I think he said we'll have to double check, but I think he might
Well,
be
it's
working or doing something else.
Costa Rica, man. He might have to, think that one through. So yeah, that's going to be a proper matchup.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. But yeah, that's the upcoming match. That's gonna be pretty good. I think CONCACAF uh, as a whole is a little bit low um, in its quality level
Oh yeah.
this time around. But like you said, Costa Rica is always desirous to beat Mexico, and they have
Yeah,
confidence because of previous wins, big wins,
yeah,
such as the
yeah. They
Estacazo.
get they get extra motivated.
Yeah, so
And
it's gonna be tough.
I
And
mean, pretty much every Central American, country does that, but just because Costa Rica's been like you could say the third best team, they've been that much more. I mean, they pretty much had Mexico, eliminated from the World Cup it was wrestling. They had them, the referee was gonna do the 3 count, and then Sarsi appeared with like a chair
Saturday, yeah.
to
Or
knock someone
Susie.
out, and yeah, and keep Mexico in the fight, But
Yeah,
is a lucha libre. But yeah, dude. So yeah, yeah. I mean, Gold Cup. I didn't have much of my interest, but that game is going to be good, and the Panama U.S. game should also be good.
yeah, yeah. So exciting stuff to come up, and yeah, I hope to bring some videos and stuff from the from Houston on Saturday. I know some other guys like Tom and Naib. I might see Naib. I think he's going to be over there. He's from Houston, so it should be a good time over there on Saturday.
Well, they
Uh,
were there. Those two guys you mentioned. You guys listened to the what they calling it, the Gold Cup Daily, the Mexican soccer
yeah,
show. The
yep.
last one was Tom and Naive.
There you
Naive
go.
making his return to the radio after his impromptu retirement last year. He said I quit. He was in an I
Yeah,
quit match, and he said I quit.
yeah. Haiti plays Canada. Also, that's going to be the next matchup for the Mexico Costa Rica winner. So I'm going to try to be there as well. Um, to try to get a glimpse of
Yeah, and,
who.
and that game is also going to be good, Haiti Canada, because we're talking about teams that will potentially be in the hexagonal, and you could pretty much count these guys in: U.S., Costa Rica, Mexico, Canada, and I wouldn't be surprised if Haiti. I mean, they've done it in the past, so if they came back, I could see them there, man. Especially with how bad Honduras and should say Honduras. I don't know why I'm saying it in English. Honduras and El Salvador
Yeah,
have looked. They look
yeah,
pretty terrible, man. And then Curacao, the team that John has been promoting since last year, man. Um, and I think they qualified from their group. So
yeah. They
that's
knocked.
something else.
They beat Honduras, so one
Yeah.
zero.
So
Although we lost to El Salvador, must be in a really bad spot because they're at the bottom of their group. El Salvador. Uh, actually, they lost to Honduras. So
no, Salvador should be last place because Honduras beat them 4-0.
actually, goal differential -3. No, because El
Oh,
Salvador. Let me see.
damn, it gets worse. How bad are these teams? That's like if I took my car in because I think the battery is bad, and then you keep finding more problems.
Wikipedia has Honduras at the bottom, even though they beat El Salvador 4-0. That don't make no sense.
They probably haven't updated it.
Yeah, maybe Wikipedia. Anyhow, so yeah, that should be good. We got some good soccer coming up
Yeah,
tonight. I think tonight closes out the group stage.
yes.
Uh, so yeah, anything else you got
CSG.
to
No,
discuss or?
that's all she
Alrighty,
wrote.
okay. I will.
It's Tocho.
Thanks everyone for listening. What's his name? Lou was on the YouTube channel listening. What's
Who?
up, Lou? Lou?
Oh, Lu El Amiguis. I forgot to
Yeah.
check in. I didn't think
Or
no one was
Louis?
going to come in
Louis?
to our
Yeah.
early pod. But we're podcasting tomorrow with John, more
Yep.
Gold Cup stuff. And I know he has a lot of audio because he was at the previous game, and he had he got to interview a few players.
Cool.
So yeah,
Yeah,
so that's
Martinica.
tomorrow. Tomorrow at same bad time, same bad channel.
Yeah. So tomorrow evening, Thursday, uh, catch us, and I'll have this on iTunes and all the podcast areas um, later on today. Thanks for listening. Thanks a well.
Thank
Enjoy
you,
the rest of the
Chinkies.
games, and we will be back with you guys later.